Welcome everyone to another startup and automobile documentation. What we have here today is a 2013 Toyota Prius C3. This Prius C is painted in super white. Has smart key access on the front doors. On the key fob you have the buttons for lock, unlock, and panic. Front door panels have storage with bottle holders, and it does have power windows, locks, and mirrors. It has a two-tone black and light blue-gray interior color scheme, and the 3 trim level gets cloth seats. Both front seats are manually adjusted. But now that we're behind the wheel, let's go ahead and start it up. Along with Smart Key, it does have a push-button start. When it comes to hybrids, the Toyota Prius is without a doubt the car that put them on the map. In fact, it is one of the most popular and commonly seen cars on the road to this day. The Prius launched in Japan for 1997 as the first ever mass-produced hybrid passenger car, and for 2001 it would make its debut for the US market. The model would go on to become a phenomenon. It's definitely a love it or hate it kind of car, but nonetheless it's been a monumental success. But now let's get into the Prius C like we have here, and therefore the Prius family as a whole. So in 2012, the original Prius model was in its 3rd generation, and Toyota wanted to expand on the Prius nameplate. So they launched what they called the Prius Family, which saw the introduction of 3 new models with the Prius moniker to go alongside the original. First, there was the Prius C like we have here, which was a smaller, subcompact alternative to the standard Prius. It was based on the platform of the Toyota Yaris and was intended to be an ideal choice for urban environments. Next, there was the Prius V, which was intended to be a more practical and versatile Prius. It was based on the 3rd gen Prius, but it was larger and taller, with significantly more interior space. Finally, there was the Prius Plug-in, which was a new plug-in hybrid variant of the regular 3rd generation Prius. But as for the Prius C, it was sold in the US market for model years 2012 through 2019. And as I mentioned before, uses the same platform as Toyota's own subcompact Yaris. Now in Japan, the Prius C wasn't branded as a Prius at all, but rather it was called the Toyota Aqua. The Toyota Aqua would branch off into a 2nd generation of its own in Japan for 2021. Interesting. Anyhow, throughout its 2012 to 2019 run, the Prius C did get a couple of revisions, most notably the cosmetic touch-ups it got in 2015 and again for 2018. Trim levels for the US market 2013 Prius C included 1, 2, 3, and 4. The powertrain setup was comprised of a 1.5-liter inline-4 internal combustion engine and an electric motor, putting out a combined earth-shattering 99 horsepower, paired to a CVT with front-wheel drive. Now it gets over 50 mpg in the city, which is a seriously impressive feat. Combine that with that Toyota reliability, and I'd say you've got a pretty good value with one of these, even if you ain't going to be winning any races in it. It has a fully digital, centrally mounted instrument cluster, your main speedometer, fuel, gear position. Then you have a digital info display right here, which can be gone through via these controls on the steering wheel. Right now we're on the energy monitor, drive info, your odometer, trip computers. At the time of filming, this one has 127,073 miles on it. Eco score shows how, well, economically you've been driving. Eco savings, bunch of settings you can go into. Back to that energy monitor. Then your warning lights over there. It has a 4-spoke design, multifunctional steering wheel. There are comfort grips all around the rim. And has 4 controls. First, on this side, you'll find your audio controls, so your volume, different modes, seat track, voice command button, along with your Bluetooth phone controls. Then on this side, you have your information display controls, and you even have some of your climate controls, your temperature and recirculation. And on the steering wheel is your cruise control stalk. The steering wheel is tilt and telescopic. Your aforementioned power mirror controls, panel dimmer, climate vent for the driver. Right above here is some storage, where the gauge cluster would normally be in most cars. On this side you have your exterior lighting stalk, and on this side, your wiper stalk. So going down the center of the interior, aside from the instrument cluster, right below that you have your central climate vents, hazard switch. Right here is your whole touchscreen infotainment system, which we will go over more in a bit. Below that you have a set of single zone automatic climate controls, 12-volt power outlet, storage, you have 2 cup holders, with these buttons you can toggle a couple driving modes. You have Eco mode and then EV mode, where the gas engine won't cut on. The parking brake is hand operated, a little bit of storage, and a center console. There's a little storage shelf above the glove box, and it also contains a USB-A port and an aux port. Both sun visors do have vanity mirrors. The driver's one has a little card holder. Manually dimming rear view. On the overhead console, you have your overhead lighting, along with the power controls for your sunroof that this one has. It is one-touch automatic. Sliding, and you can also open it as a vent. And there are grab handles. So here is the touchscreen infotainment system in this Prius C3. Now we're on the radio screen right now. Your sources are AM, FM, plus Sirius XM and Bluetooth audio streaming. Plus you still have a CD player in this one. This audio shortcut button just takes you to the sources. Go to car, has your trip info, then a larger energy flow monitor. You have many settings. And then with the apps button, you have quite a lot of stuff that you need, like an internet connection, so local movies playing, sports, traffic, local fuel prices, weather, all that kind of stuff. Even have a Bing search engine. But then the thing that shocked me about this car is it has navigation. Because it's, relatively cheap economy car. But yeah, navigation system in this thing. Pretty nice, especially for 10 years ago. But now we'll go ahead and roll down the driver's window and take a look at the engine bay. The driver's window is fully automatic. This 3 model has the optional 15-inch 8-spoke alloy rims. The Prius C's iteration of Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive consists of a naturally aspirated 1.5-liter inline-4 combustion engine and a permanent magnet electric motor. The all-aluminum gas engine, which includes dual overhead camshafts, 4 valves per cylinder, and VVTi technology, makes 73 horsepower and 82 pound-feet of torque. The electric motor makes 60 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Total net output is 99 horsepower. The transmission is an electronically controlled CVT automatic or e-CVT. Power is sent to the front wheels. Running on regular unleaded with a 9.5-gallon fuel tank, EPA estimates for the Prius C are 53 mpg in the city and 46 mpg on the highway. It has a McPherson strut front suspension and a torsion beam rear suspension. Stopping the car are front ventilated disc brakes and rear drum brakes. Curb weight is only about 2,500 pounds. The fuel cap is on the driver's side. (60/40) split folding rear seats. Front passenger seat does have a mat pocket on the back. Coat hooks. Rear passengers do get one cup holder right here. And as for space, I'm about 6'1" with the driver's seat in a relatively comfortable position for myself. Obviously, it's not going to be the most spacious. This is, of course, the small Prius. Space definitely varies from person to person, but under my particular circumstances right now, somewhat decent in terms of space back here. Even if it's not the most cavernous, spacious thing, this is a subcompact. Single exhaust, rear wiper. The Prius C offers 17.1 cubic feet of cargo space with the back seats up. The back seats can also be folded down to allow for even more space. But anyhow, thanks for checking out this tour of this 2013 Toyota Prius C. And as always, stay on the lookout for future tours.